Welcome to the Automation World Get Your Questions Answered podcast, where we connect with industry experts to get the answers you need about industrial automation technologies. I'm David Greenfield, Director of Content for Automation World. Now, joining me to answer this question is Sean Gregerson, Vice President of Asset Management at Aveva. So thanks for joining me today, Sean.
Hey, thanks, David. Really excited to be here with you today.
Yeah, great. So, to get started, we've all heard about the digital twin by now, but this idea of the information digital twin seems to be, a new concept. Can you explain what an information digital twin is, how it's created and what it's used for?
Yeah, absolutely. And today we still have in our businesses this disconnected environment where we have these siloed functional islands in our business of data connectivity silos and communication silos and divisional and stakeholder silos across engineering and operations and maintenance and all the different domains of our businesses. And systems are still not always connected, and people still really struggle to find the information they need to make timely, informed, and inaccurate decisions. And assets are still fail, and customer commitments are not always met, and we have loss of profits and safety incidents. And this information digital twin is really a way to solve a lot of these problems. In the way you construct the information digital twin is to take all the information that you have about your industrial assets today, the design information, the operations information, the commissioning information, the asset management and financial information, and fuse this together into this information data model. And then link that information data model back to the physical asset itself in 3D and in the context of its connectivity within the plant. So more informed, more timely, more accurate decisions can be made.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for explaining that, Sean. That's definitely helpful to understand this new term that I'm sure we're all going to be starting to hear more about as industry continues with the digital transformation process. But given your experience with working with these different industrial companies and different verticals, can you share an example of a company that's using the connected industrial economy as you described it, and how it's benefited their operations?
Yeah, sure. I think a good example would be Dominion Energy, where they're going through a transformation of their business, where they're transforming their generation mix and adding more and more renewables to that. And as part of that, they've really developed a new service for their customers, both their residential and industrial customers, where they're leveraging this connected industrial economy to be able to, so that their customers can understand how their energy is being sourced, and they can understand better their energy consumption patterns, so that they can really make better decisions for their families and their businesses. And the way that they did this is they did this using the Aveva Pi system at the edge to collect all of this operational data from these renewable assets. And this Pi system takes it and archives this information, high fidelity, second by second, compresses it, and then organizes it through this asset information model, this asset framework that allows all this information to be organized and contextualized in a way that it's consumable by all the applications and all the users of the technology. And it's very understandable because the information's been contextualized at that source level, what this information is and how it can be used to make better decisions across the business. And the next layer of that is really the analytics layer. There's self-service analytics, so they can go and build any KPIs or any analytics that can better drive more informed, timely decisions across the business. And then moving up to that next layer of event management, where they can go in and create any events that when this condition exists, I want to notify by email or text this group of people, or maybe I want to auto trigger a work order in the enterprise asset management system based on that condition to automate and close the loop on that asset management workflow. And then at that top layer, this rich visualization layer that brains all this information and puts it in the context of the consumer of the information and their role within the business. And all of those applications then leveraging this data model so that I can build things out from a data model perspective, and all the calculations associated maybe with that asset class, or the events with that asset class, or the visualization screens for that type of asset automatically update as I add new assets to my system. So incredibly powerful and scalable across the business. And then what they have done is leverage the Aveva data hub technology, which takes this information from the edge, securely transports it to the cloud, where the data is further contextualized and then made available to Dominion's customers in a very secure way and on a selective basis. And as part of that, the information's there. So on a selective basis, they can now make that information available to their ecosystem of partners and suppliers and OEMs that can then take that information and translate it back into some value proposition for Dominion Energy.